All right, well, I am sitting here at the University of Rhode Island doing a little charging, and I figured I might as well shoot a little video while I'm here. I just kind of wanted to talk about one of the new wheels that is coming out here shortly. It's supposed to be landing by the end of the month. I reached out to the guys at eWheels as well as the aliens over at Alien Rides to ask them some questions about this new Commander GT Pro Plus that's supposed to be hitting the shores here by the end of June. Didn't get a lot of information. But the things I do know is it's not like some kind of an eWheels specific, like they told them to make it type thing. This is going to be an actual wheel coming from Extreme Wheel. It's supposed to have a 4,400 watt hour battery. And that's what excites me. It's the first 6 parallel battery we've seen at a 168 volt configuration. It's going to be pretty badass. I mean, honestly, I'm super excited to see this thing. I'm currently testing and riding today. I'm riding the ET Max. Love the ET Max. Crazy strong wheel. 168 volts, amazing. The suspension on the ET Max isn't even bad, but the Commander GT Pro Plus will have that fork style suspension, which everyone seems to like a lot better. I did like the Sherman S when I got a chance to ride it for a little while. So we'll see. I haven't had a chance really to ride any of the Commander Pros or Minis yet. Not more than a couple hundred feet, which doesn't really count. But yeah, the Commander GT Pro Plus, a 4,400 watt hour wheel. I'm really excited to see that. It's kind of got the one thing I dislike about the ET Max right now is the fact that the range sucks. Like, it just sucks. I'm only getting, when I ride it like a bat out of hell, I'm only getting 35 miles. Like, that's trash. Even when I ride it kind of easy, I'm only getting like 50. Compared to my EX30, where if I ride it hard, I'm getting close to 50. And I'm getting, 60, 70 easy if I take it easy on the EX30. So even though the ET Max charges super fast, which is nice, I find myself having to charge more often, which not a lot of fun, right? It does charge fast, but I don't want to have to constantly be looking for a new charge spot. I would like a wheel that has both fast charging and long range, and that's where this wheel might just come in. The 4,400 watt hour GT Pro Plus is what they're calling it. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what this wheel has in store for us. It's also going to have the 20 amp max fast charging. I'm kind of hoping it has 2 charging plugs though. The one thing I dislike about the ET Max fast charging, the charge port for the ET Max is a GX20 3-pin connector, which to my knowledge is only rated for like 8 amps or something like that, maybe 10. And I'm pushing 20 amps through it at 168 volts. Like, I'm pushing some serious power through a connector that's not really made to handle it. You see guys who are charging fast generally like to split that into 2 dongles to try and reduce that load. So like if I was charging 20, you'd be putting 10 and 10, right? If you split it, which would be a little bit more in the realm of what that connector is rated for. Haven't had any problems yet. Probably fast charged the ET Max at 20 amps a little over a dozen times now. No issues so far. Works great, but I'm just a little leery as to the long-term health of that plug when it's really not rated to be taking that kind of a load. I understand why we're stuck on these GX connectors, right? I get it. The company wants to have different connection types for each of the different voltage types so that nobody's plugging anything into the wrong wheels, blowing stuff up, and causing problems. But I don't understand why we have to use the GX connector. Like, you can still use unique proprietary connections, right? Like the Surons use like bullet connectors. You know, you can put bullet connectors on one, an XT90 on one, an XT60 on another, an MR60 on a different one, like whatever. Just put some different connectors that can handle that high current if we're going to be going to this fast charging revolution, which I do think is the absolute future. Every single wheel from now on, that is the standard. I don't care. Must have fast charging capability. It's now irrevocable. You're giving it to me, you can't take it away, period. Any performance wheel, any wheel that is like high quality has to have fast charging. Now I want to be able to charge it at minimum 3,000 watts, minimum. But yeah, so hopefully here in the future we start seeing different proprietary charge spots being used. That would be nice, so that we can have connectors that are actually rated to take that kind of power being crushed through them. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you today. There is like I just saw a leak on Facebook. No, maybe it was Reddit, I don't know, but somebody just posted a picture of a pamphlet from Begode that has a bunch of new names on it that we haven't seen before, like the M105 and the A5 and the Photon and the Future and the Blitz, which we all heard about but still haven't seen the Blitz. So actually, while we're here talking about it, we might as well talk about the UL rating thing, right? So apparently there's this new PEV law that's being passed. It's not a PEV law, it's an electronics law coming out of China. The Biden administration is going to be mandating that any electronics imported into the United States, it's going to have a UL and some other rating. I'm not exactly sure what they were. But this bill will affect every single PEV. I can post details to that in the description if you really want to dig into it. But basically, the unicycle companies are going to have to get their models tested if they want to keep importing them. They're going to have to design them to reach those safety ratings, those minimum standards for those tests. The tests are going to be pretty expensive. So by all predictions, there's going to be less models of EUC being produced. Let's just say it for what it is. Begode's going to be producing slightly less models. Everybody else is only producing one a year. Begode's making 6. So watch Begode slow down on the amount of new models that they produce, as they have to actually get these things tested, certified, verified, etc. But with that, I'm a little surprised to see all these new models being announced. I think the law still has to pass the Senate. I'm not sure. It sounds like it's going to pass, though. So you're going to see a slight price increase on wheels in the future, as well as hopefully a slight quality increase. I also think that because these wheels they're going to have to invest a lot more into the design of these wheels and into the testing and certification of these wheels in order to export them to the United States and I don't know about other countries, but yeah, the United States. I would expect longer term support for wheels. So I would think something like the EX30, assuming it passes the certifications, which I don't know. It's the EX30 is a nicely built wheel, but it wasn't designed to pass these regulations. Neither was the ET Max. Neither were nothing so far that they've built. Some of it might pass, some of it might not. Who knows? But I would assume that anything that passes is going to be supported for a longer period of time. We do see Begode kind of churn through their less successful models pretty quickly. Kind of hoping that the EX30 is going to be a long-term supported wheel from Begode. Seems like an extremely successful release by them. I would think, me personally, I would keep supporting and making my bread-winning wheel, especially now if I have to be forced to produce less wheels or less models of wheels, just out of a cost, just a reality of the situation. But yeah, excited to see what's going to be coming here. I'm hoping we see higher quality. I'm hoping we see we continue to see smart BMSs, and it's all going to start here with the wheel I was just talking about, that GT Pro Plus, all new, super long range, super high powered, super fast, hopefully mega commuter wheel, which is right up my alley, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for. Not necessarily the super fast part, but everything else it's got is what I like. Definitely very, very, very interested in that wheel. So we'll see how I can ruin my financial future by trying to finance one of these wheels, or trying to figure out how to make some money on the side that my wife doesn't know about, so I can try and buy the new Commander GT Pro Plus. We'll see once it actually lands on shores and we get a chance to check it out. But all right, well, I should probably go check on my charger, because the ET Max charges fast as hell. I've been making this video for 10 minutes now. I might be overcharged by now. It charges so fast. Alright, yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant about unicycles for a couple of minutes, and I will catch you on the next ride. Ride safe.